What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Get With It. I've been missing in action a little bit, but we back. It's
We
J
back.
Money in the house.
J
What's
Money,
up?
Killer Cam, we're here.
Killer Cam,
the
how you
duo's here.
living?
We're living. We are stressed right now. Get ready for Christmas. I feel like, why are holidays so stressful? Like, I feel like as an adult, as a kid, I never felt this way.
I was about to say, the holidays just aren't holidaying because I'm stressed. I don't even have all my Christmas gifts yet.
No, exactly, bro. I was like running in and around, going to the mall today. I'm like trying to chase down something. And then if I'm honest, let me be real. I am not a good gift giver. Let me just go ahead and like, I feel like some people are great gift
Great
givers.
at it.
My computer is like giving it. My computer right now is giving the grudge. It's giving some girl's gonna pop out of my computer.
Oh my gosh, what
And
is
you can
going
see it right
on?
now. Oh no. Okay, maybe my phone was like jinxing it because I'm using it as a light because we are on the struggle bus today because we're traveling. But we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
But yeah, Christmas gift is not my forte, so I gotta I'm not the best at it. I feel like some people can get so creative, and I'm just like out here trying to make it by. And I'm actually like low key boycotting like extended family this year. I feel like every year, and no, but boycotting in the sense that like I've told them too, like don't get me anything.
Oh, don't give me anything. We're
We
not
don't need
exchanging
to.
gifts.
We
Yeah.
don't need to, because this is the thing. One, I travel in every year, so I can't really travel out. So like normally my gifts like end up just sitting at my grandma's until I'm back. Two, we always end up getting each other like dumb things that we
It's
just
not
will
worth
never
it.
use. It's just not worth it. Like at that point, save your money.
Yeah.
Like
And
I'll
the
save mine, you save
time.
your. Oh, exactly. Like listen, I made the effort. I'm gonna go cook. I'm gonna cook for Christmas this year. I'm gonna help cook. So I'm like, let that be the Christmas gift
This
to
is
the family.
The presence
This
is
is
my
it.
presence.
Exactly. That's exactly what. And then I'm just doing gifts for mom and like grandma and like
Close family, yeah.
close family. Because like I got like 5 cousins. Like I can't be doing all that. Like it's a lot. And they're not. None of
Yeah.
them are kids. None of them are kids. Let me just
Everybody's
also-
adults.
Everyone's adults.
Well, at that point, everybody would
am-
get gift cards. Sorry.
Exactly.
You get a gift card. You get a gift card. I hope you
We're
like
grown.
Amazon.
Exactly. We're grown. Exactly. Amazon. I feel like one cousin's having a baby. The other, like, I feel like let me just get
Oh,
your.
yeah, it's a lot.
So yeah, Christmas shopping is stressful. I'm not. Yo,
Not a
I went to Ross the other day. Like, I feel like that's a good stocking stuff. Like, I always find like great stuff. By the way, Ross Marshalls. I'll be.
Yeah, I was
there
about
all
to say
day.
TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
TJ
Those are great
Maxx,
for
Marshalls.
candles. You get everything in there. Like look, you can really just go and walk up to the cash register and find all the stuff as you're in the line to go pay for your stuff.
It's literally like my Target. If I'm honest, Target is overpriced. Like I go to Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and I'll spend hours and I'll walk out of there with a shit ton of stuff that I did not plan on buying when I went in.
That's definitely your Target thing, because that's how my Target runs go. That's for sure your Target.
Right? Like Target's a little overpriced, man. Like I don't want to pay $30 for something. Like I can go find it at Marshalls for like 10, 15.
And they have and it probably came from Target and they have a little sticker under and they marked it down.
Yep.
And so you're doing it smarter. Your Christmas shopping smarter. Not
well,
harder.
shopping smarter. And I also I joke, but it's very much real. During the pandemic when we were not going outside, like my hobby was going to TJ Maxx and finding candles. That was the point 2020 took me to.
I was going to say the excitement.
I put on fits to go there. Like I got dressed to the nines. I'd pull out the J's. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was. It was like that Target, because I had a Target near me too, and Trader Joe's. Those three, the 3 T's, baby. Three T's.
God,
TJ Maxx, Target, and Trader Joe's. Yo, I
almost said Target. Almost slipped out. I heard it. Target.
Yo, the Target. I put the fits. I was killing them in
you
there.
was killing them for Target. You can't fit it for Target for sure.
I mean, there's nothing else to do. Like, I wasn't seeing nobody. I was living by myself. I'm like, let me get fitted to go to Target.
You walking through Target. I hope they see I don't know who I run into today. They're going to see my fit.
Every day I thought I was going to run into like my future, like whoever.
Husband.
And exactly. And then, at Target when everyone is going through COVID and no one's going outside. So, I like to hang out at TJ
If y'all want to know
Maxx.
where to find Cam, the 3 T's. TJ Maxx, Trader Joe's,
Yeah.
and Tarjay. There you
Honestly,
go.
that's like really me to a T. Like I wish it wasn't true.
It's
Listen,
it's the
I
fact
don't
that
I listen, I love a good brand. I'm not saying I'm not bougie, but I prefer a find. If I
you
can
like the
find it,
steals.
oh, I love the steals. That's why I like thrifting too. Another T. God, I feel like my life is teas now.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So
We're getting
that's
carried away now with the teas because I was
we're
like,
getting
how
carried
did you, was this planned? How did you catch this? I call Trader Joe's JoJo's though. I like to make up nicknames for places so that takes away
I
from the
like that.
teas.
JoJo's. Oh,
Yeah.
I like
Love me
that.
JoJo's.
I
But
love me
you and these
JoJo's.
teas, that might be your brand now. That's definitely your brand with these teas. That's
It's really,
crazy.
but we also got to talk because you know what you find at Trader Joe's or not Trader Joe's, sorry, TJ Maxx or Marshalls? You find those live, laugh, love signs. So,
Listen.
J Money, I see the tweet earlier.
That's
What's
all
going
I'm trying
on?
to do.
We just live, laugh, laughing. What's going
Literally,
on?
I just tweeted that with no context in the middle of the day. Listen, y'all, it's the week of Christmas. We're trying to work. We're just trying to make it to Christmas at this point. We're trying to make it to 2023. I don't want to do or deal with anybody or anything that's not, I'm just trying to live, laugh, love. That's it. Like, that's it. It didn't need any context because that's literally it. I just want to live, laugh, love. I don't have nothing else for y'all. I'm just shaking ass with the pain, literally. That's it.
Yo, the funniest part is I saw it and I knew. Like I saw it and I was like, she is just getting through the week. Like I don't know why. I know, like I don't need to know what this is about. I know. I get you. I feel this.
And that's why I
been
love you
felt.
because you were the only one that interacted with it. I was like, she knows. I didn't say anything. My friends literally sent me the screenshot and they like with no words. They knew. I'm like, yep, this is what's going on. Middle of the day. Live, laugh, love.
And I just go live, laugh, loving. We're just live, laugh, loving through the week.
We're just trying to.
We're
That's
just
all.
trying. We're just trying, honestly, at this point. Or maybe not trying, which is the other part.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the week of Christmas. Yes, trying to find that balance. But
I just want to be at home on my couch, eating food, you know.
I'm also trying to be better at giving gifts, but because of that tweet and how I'm feeling this week, I think I might go to TJ Maxx and get all my friends live, laugh, love something. Somebody's getting a mug. Somebody's getting a little thing that you're going to hang on your desk.
It's no surprise. They're going to find out right here, right now. I hope y'all know. I hope y'all are listening.
Santa's coming to town and he's live, laugh, loving. So, Merry Christmas.
That's the point we've gotten to in the year. Listen, y'all. It's been a year. Is this our last episode? Oh no, we got another episode.
We got one more
next
week. Yeah.
Okay, before the new year.
But 2022 has been a struggle bus the whole year.
It's been, but we started this podcast.
We did.
This episode 30,
April 2022. I think was April.
It was like April, March, right around there.
Yeah.
Maybe something around there. I mean, we've been going. We're episode 33.
Are we really?
Yeah, I keep trying.
Listen, okay, I don't because our Google Doc currently says episode 16 still. So I'm like,
no one
are we really? It's been okay.
So we don't keep track. I keep track.
I was about to Cam she's keeping track for all of us because I'm just over here live, laugh, loving. She's keeping track for us.
I'm just trying not to like hawkaloo. I had the flu. Everyone go get your flu shots. We talked about this.
Please.
Still not done with it.
Because that's why I was gone last week. They tried to keep me hostage in the doctors because I had bronchitis. The lady was like, we need to get your EKGs. You need to get blood tests done. Make sure you don't have blood clots. I'm like, lady, I think it's just bronchitis. What does she do? Send me home with an inhaler because it's just bronchitis. I'm like, I got things to do. I got a podcast I need to record. She's like, yeah. You can't leave the facilities.
Though. Your health matters, J Money.
We can respect the doctor for caring for my health, caring for my health.
Yeah, someone's got it because we're not.
I didn't care. She literally was like, "I need you to go to the lab and get blood work done." I said, "I have to be somewhere. Can I come back and do it?" She was like, "No, you can't leave here." I said, "Okay, all right." Live, laugh,
just
love.
Just live, laugh, love. That anytime someone says something to me, I'm just be like, just live, laugh, love.
Just live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh,
I'm
love.
I'm gonna put that up on my wall. Honestly, I think I used to have it.
That's a sticky note, bro. That's my new background for this. This podcast is now called Live, Laugh, Love. Actually, if you didn't know, we are changing the name here. That is, it's going into mantras. Yeah, we're just live, laugh, loving.
Going into 2023, we're now
Live and
rebranded.
let lean. Well, we can get a little bit on track and talk a little bit of basketball before we get to our special guest that we've got today. Because the NCAA is the NCAAing, and we've got more good games going on. I know yesterday, I'm pretty sure Ohio State almost got upset by South Carolina. And then Oregon almost got upset by Arkansas. Like I feel like a lot of, or was it Arkansas? I don't even know who was Oregon playing. It was, I don't know, but it was a good game. I think
Last
like,
night,
yeah,
yep. Arkansas did almost upset
yeah.
Oregon.
We've got some good games been going on these days. And the Jumpman Invitational too. I mean, listen.
Yeah, we talked about that Big Ten. Michigan did not come to play
Mm-mm.
with that upset over UNC. So, and I was literally talking about Michigan when we were talking about UNC. I almost forgot about them. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how. Sorry, y'all. Put some respect on y'all name.
No, listen, I watched it. Leah Brown was doing her thing. I think she came in hungry. I've questioned from day one UNC's ability to defend. And I think Michigan did a great job of exploiting that, right? Like they ran their systems is really what it was. UNC's a young team. They're really still figuring out everyone's roles. I'm pretty sure two of their starters are freshmen. Deja's a sophomore. I mean, they're young,
They're
right? So
young,
they're
yeah.
still trying to figure out their system and flows. I think it's good to lose now. You figure it out and you move forward.
Definitely
They
figure it
found a
out.
way to lock down Deja Kelly. I think she shot like 4 of 13 or something crazy, or 2 of 13 or something like that. It was it Deja gonna be fine. Don't y'all worry about that. She'll come back from this. But Michigan just played really well. They showed us exactly why the Big Ten is,
One of the
another
best.
one of the best. It was a good game. And tonight there's another game, Florida versus Oklahoma, which should be a good game. I think Oklahoma's been doing the thing. They're just within that top 25 ranking. And I'm excited to see, what goes down. But, Jumpman Invitation. I'm really loving these invitationals. The Nike
Yeah.
one, the Jumpman one. If I'm not I don't know about other ones, I'm not gonna lie. But like there's another one going on. Like I know there's like a San Diego something
Yeah, I can't remember what
invitational.
the name of the yes, it is San Diego Invitational.
Yeah, I'm loving it. And I'm loving the brands even jumping in on it because a lot of these brands obviously have the best program. So you're getting a lot of good out of conference competition play, which like,
You wouldn't usually
gr-
get. Yeah,
yeah,
great
like
bump.
great. I love seeing it now. Like it gets people hype all season long as opposed to just in
Waiting
March or
till
just
March.
in conference play. But I think I'm still waiting to see some stuff from some different teams. I can't buy in just yet. Like, listen, I'm excited for my LSU girlies, but I gotta see them play somebody. Like,
I was just
you
getting ready to
know,
say that they made their way up into the top 10 and I saw some people talking about it. They're like, how do we feel about it? Like, I'm not going to say that they don't deserve it. I'm just waiting, like you said, to see
mm-hmm.
against like some more top 25 competition how they're going to.
Once I think they get into their own conference, I don't even, it doesn't even need to be top 25. It's really their own conference because the SEC is pretty, it's pretty deep. I
It's
wouldn't say
still
it's the
good, yeah.
deepest like as in other years, but they're still great, conference. So we'll be able to see from the jump, like, how they're going to do. But, who I've also been just crazily impressed by lately is Cam Brink. I mean, girly is
Hooping.
hooping. I listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I I watched her in high school. I didn't know what it was gonna transition into. I knew she was a really, talented post player. She's long. I got worried more about, thinness, right? She's real thin. And a lot of the post players nowadays, you look at Aaliyah Boston, you look at Haley
Yeah.
even. I mean, post players are built,
They can't
extremely
see me. I'm sitting over here like
it's a
this.
physical game. It's a physical game. Yo, you got like guns. It is a
It's
physical game.
definitely
And so,
physical.
I didn't know how that would transition, right? From the competition played in Oregon too, as well, and in her AAU season into college. And wow, outplayed like more than I ever thought. Like I thought, she'd reach here, but she is like through the
Yeah, she
ceiling.
said like three back-to-back double doubles, I think. Yeah, don't quote me
Yeah.
on that.
I
But I
mean,
think
it's
she's been
something
hooping.
crazy. Yeah, it's something crazy like that. And I think she's getting like 3, 4 blocks a game. Like I think she knows too that fouling out is like where you can get her in trouble. So getting her in foul trouble is really what, as a scouting report is like where you kind of want her to be. But if she stays in the game, she's going to impact it like heavily. And I think like we're just seeing so much more of that these days. And she's going to be one of those top players that we talk about for a long time. I'm excited to see, what she continues to do. In the Pac-12. It's a competitive. It's not an easy conference at all, but
And speaking of competitive conferences, we have an exciting special guest joining us today, Jewel Spear, Wake Forest superstar, right out of ACC from Texas. I mean, welcome, Jewel. What's up?
Pretty good. How are y'all?
We're
good.
good.
Yeah, we're thankful you came to join us. We know you're in the middle of season, so you got a lot going on, huh?
Yeah, we got one more game against Rhode Island and then headed back home to Texas.
Yeah, so you get a few days, and that's kind of where we want to start, actually, right? Like back at Texas, let's go right from the beginning. I mean, what was your first memory of picking up a ball, and who kind of inspired you to take, to pick it up and like play it for real,
Yeah, my first memory would probably be rec ball. When you had to wear the little wristbands and the colors and know who to match up on defense. I would probably say my dad got me into the game. I'm really close with my family, especially my dad. He kind of instilled basketball, especially since having two brothers. I have two siblings, an older brother and a younger brother. So it's very competitive when I go home and we play one-on-one or whatever.
Who's usually winning in those one-on-one matchups?
I have to say me. Sometimes
Okay.
I can give it to my older brother. He's like 6'9", so it's kind of unfair.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair at times, but I get a bucket here and there.
Okay.
If they were in this call, would they agree with you?
They wouldn't.
That's cool. That's cool. That's to be expected, though. I feel like.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to go for themselves, right?
Yeah.
You got to go for yourself. But who's talking the most? That's like always, I feel like a telltale sign.
I feel like it's all of us, honestly. Like it's honestly very even. Like we can never agree on anything. We don't like to call fouls, so.
Ooh, okay. Y'all playing hardball for real.
Yes.
Ooh, I hope there's no injuries coming from that. Be careful now.
No, actually.
Yeah, don't play when you go back home for Christmas. Y'all have to keep it real friendly. We don't need anything happening over Christmas break. But I know you said your dad and your family really played a huge part in it, but at what point did you kind of realize like, I can kind of take this to the next level? Was it, your dad or a coach that was kind of like, hey, you're really good, let's, focus on this and see where it can take you?
Yeah, I would probably say AAU ball. There's two different times. One in middle school in AAU, I was just known as a really unselfish player, and I wouldn't look for my shot as much. And my head coach at the time was kind of telling me like, you're special. You have to see that in yourself because I see it within you. But you have to be more aggressive and look for your shot as well. And my dad was the assistant coach at the time, and my dad's kind of quiet spoken, so he didn't really want to tell me that. So to hear that from my head coach at the time was really special. And then in high school, I had a really good high school coach who always believed in me and always just told me like right from wrong and always wanted the best for me. So just seeing those people that supported me back home kind of allowed me to just love the game of basketball and keep playing it.
No, I love that. And you mentioned being from Texas because we have this debate on here all the time. We talk about where the best hoopers come from, and Texas tends to be one of those states that just, it's an abundance of talent coming out of there. So before we get into the debate part of this, how do you think hooping in Texas help you, prepare for that next level? Because you're, a lot of the teams and a lot of the players you're going to end up facing in the NCAA, you're facing them in high school.
At home.
So you know their game at home. So like, how did that experience really prep you now to be in the ACC, hooping at the highest level?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. My dad always told me, like, if you can succeed playing these tough teams in Texas, you're going to be fine in college. The talent is crazy, let alone in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I have that conversation and debate with one of my teammates. She's from the DMV area, and she's always
hello.
The DMV, it's the DMV. I'm like, no, Dallas, it's Dallas. But I mean, you can tell Deja Kelly at North Carolina, close with her. She's from, Texas area, San Antonio area. It's just a lot of talent. I went to the Colony High School. It was a smaller school, but it was still a lot of talent around me, playing Prosper and different, Frisco schools, Plano schools, and stuff like that. So I think the debate is kind of, leaning towards the Texas side, in my opinion.
Okay, we got to get a little bit into this. 'Cause we got DMV repped. I'm not from New York, but like I rep New York, so
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
gonna
say
let
New
you
York
rep.
City,
We gonna
tri-state
let you
area. That's
rep New
fine.
York.
I've been there 7 years. I can claim that now. Ish. I know the real New York's gonna come at me when I say that. So ish. I'm gonna throw that ish.
They
in
will
there
respect you for
real
holding it
quick.
down for them on
real
here.
quick. Exactly.
They'll want you holding
And
it
we
down
got
on here for
Texas.
them.
Exactly. And we got Texas in the building. So what do you think makes Texas different hoopers from a DMV, a New York City, a Cali? Because I feel like every city makes their different, like their hoopers different for a reason, right? So like we're talking New York or even Philly. I feel like they're, not that they're interchangeable. Let me just also say, but there's a grit, right?
Right.
The transit, the city life you got to live to like, so that like that kind of adds to it. DMV, I don't know what y'all got in the water, but like everybody out there, like, dogs, like everyone, I mean, at all sports. And that's like not even just basketball.
Yeah,
I mean,
across the board.
Texas, and Texas has that too, because it's not
Yeah.
just basketball. Texas is really like across the board. What makes Texas, hoopers and even athletes a little bit different?
I honestly don't have an answer for that. It's crazy. It's just, I have a younger brother who's in high school now, and when I was in high school, when I was a freshman in high school, my older brother was a senior in high school. So seeing him play and how he developed, and now seeing my younger brother who's a freshman in high school already dunking and was dunking in 8th grade, it's just crazy to me, because my older brother couldn't dunk until he was like a junior or senior in high school, and now he's 6'9". So seeing that in the evolution of the game of basketball and just where kids are these days, it's honestly just crazy to me. But honestly, like we said, the DMV is great, New York's great, but I think Dallas is just, everything's bigger in Texas, so you have that. There's a lot of people, but I think AAU and high school ball, all the way from 1A to 6A, is just very competitive. There's a lot of people that are trying to compete for a spot and go to college.
Well, yeah, and I'm just kind of thinking about that too. I feel like a lot of teams in DMV, New York City, you got to travel to play some of the best teams, right? Because you've got your metro area, but like if you got, I mean, a lot of these places have 1 or 2 great AAU teams, right? So it's not like you've got an abundance of competition. I feel like in Texas, you got like another great team down the street, or
Right.
over in Austin or in Houston. You've got a big amount of metro areas where like you've got competition just readily available.
Right in your backyard. Yeah.
Do you remember any of those early games? Like especially like hooping against now NCAA or potentially W players that you're just kind of like, wow, I can't believe that's a game we played.
Yeah, there was one my freshman year of high school. I played Prosper High School, and a guy named Jordan Oliver. She's at Duke right now, who I'm really close with. I think it was my first time having like 30 points, and I hit like a buzzer beater 3 or something to close the half. And I don't know, I always remember that. And I kind of joke around with her about that. So I can't wait to play her this year as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's that Duke matchup. Now we know. Let's mark that on the
on
calendar.
Yeah,
got
for
it on
sure.
the cal.
And she talked about buzzer beaters. We're going to have to get into that one a little bit later. But I definitely would love to hear, especially coming from Texas, was there anyone particularly that you modeled your game after, whether that be someone that you grew up watching in your backyard or, even watching on TV growing up playing?
Yeah, I would definitely say Steph Curry. And it's been in much effect this year with the different offense and just constantly moving off ball screens, on ball screens, setting screens, knowing how to read screens. So that's been.
So you're the player people hate to guard, that's all I'm hearing.
Literally this year I've been face guarded, box in 1, triangle in 2, and literally my defender multiple times has came to me and said, "Can you stop moving?" I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
We talked about players like you before in here. I'm like, oh gosh, no. Please. Run in circles. And the coach is like, stay in front. No, I can't. Pick somebody else to do it, literally.
Exactly. Pick somebody else to do it. But no, definitely Steph Curry. And then on the women's side, I'm a big Kelsey Plum fan. I really love her. So I like to say
I
that.
mean, that's another player that I think has really developed her off-ball game too, like even more so since leaving Washington, and as now she's playing in such a stacked team where
Yeah.
she's become that player that people hate to guard too for that same exact reason. I mean, listen, it's why there's a reason it works so well for players like Steph and Kelsey, and it's because it gets your defender moving at all times. And like, talking about a buzzer beater, let's get into that right now. I mean, that's what allows you to set up for plays like that, right?
Right.
You just had such a huge one against Minnesota. What goes through your head in those plays? Like when you're coming out the huddle, you're ready to go, you've got one last chance. Like what goes through your head in those moments, and kind of how do you get yourself prepared to potentially take that last shot?
Yeah, I always tell myself I'm built for the moment. I prepare, I put in the work, whether that's shooting with my coaches, with my teammates. And it's honestly a mental mindset, believing that you're going to make that shot. And I believe that I was going to make that shot. My coach looked at me in the eye. She said, get the ball to Jewel. We're going to set a screen, a flat ball screen, go to work, go around 8 seconds. I was like, all right, that's fine. So I looked at my defender, I started dribbling. I was like, okay, I'm a crossover. And then the other defender that was guarding the post wasn't there. So I said, I'm just going to step back. I shot it. She low-key fouled me, but I still made it. And I
So
was
you
just
should.
like,
So
Talk
an
your
and
shit.
one. It's an and one.
And
It's an and
one,
one.
yeah.
That's
Count
what it
it.
should have been. No, that's great. I mean, listen, and those are the types of moments like you're built for, right? You see that go in, it's like you know that that's something that I feel like you work towards.
Right.
Everyone talks about that, like that Kobe 5 4 3 2 1 sock in the basket. Like it's moments like that you dream of, like especially when you're little. So getting to do that at the highest stage, I mean, in the college world, like it
That's big
makes it all
time.
the difference for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. And Wake Forest is a program that has seen great players come through on both sides. What made you chose Wake Forest over other schools, especially it being so far from home?
Yeah, so actually I have family in the Greensboro area, which is like 30 minutes from Wake Forest. So that was really comforting knowing I was going to go away from home. A lot of cousins and aunts that I can go home to on the weekend and get a nice home cooked meal. So that's always nice. Honestly, being in the ACC is the best conference in my opinion. It's very competitive top to bottom. There's no easy games, no matter if you're on the road or home. So I'm a very big person that like loves to compete. I love to compete. I don't care if you're ranked or not. I'm gonna compete day in and day out and give it my best. I would also say the academics is really good at Wake Forest. I'm majoring in communications and minoring in journalism, so hopefully to get into sports broadcasting after I'm done playing basketball. And then lastly, just to leave a legacy in a program. Go to a program that really isn't established, but you can still compete in for championships as well, and upset other teams, but also leaving your mark on a program and leaving a legacy for the people that come behind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and you just said it, but me and Jay also have this debate about the toughest conference. Um, and I think was it me that last time I think I said ACC. I mean, you look at who's in that top 10. I think top 10 right now already. You got Notre Dame, UNC, NC State, Virginia Tech, and that's just right now.
Right.
You go and that's just top 10, and that's the competition you play in your regular season. What other conference? What were we? SEC is somebody pretty good.
And Big
Pac
Ten.
12, Big 10, Big 10. We
Yeah.
were saying Big 10's actually pretty good too. Like Big 10, top to bottom, right? Because like it's not just South Carolina and then but and I think that's so important that we talk about it because like ACC does not get the love it deserves on the women's front, like, at all the way it should. Cause like these programs are putting on and been putting on for a minute.
Right.
And what, Wake Forest it's like another example of that. Like, yeah, y'all might not be like top 20, but you guys are still one of the best
Playing
teams
in one
in
of
the
the most
country. And, y'all,
competitive, yeah.
and you still got to compete against everyone else too. So like
Right.
that's another big part of it. Do you have any like favorite players you've matched up against or that you're excited to match up against in the ACC outside of Jordan Oliver? We know that's your.
Yeah. I would probably say two players. Diamond Johnson at NC State. We played with each other on the USA team. I'm really close with her. So just seeing her and competing against her, knowing she's a great basketball player is always fun. And I'd also say Olivia Miles. She's like within my NIL agency, and we kind of bonded this summer, like you said, at the WNBA All-Star game. So just picking her brain and her picking mine is always awesome. So competing against those two players would be really cool.
Yeah, those two are going to be some really great matchups. Um, and I know we talked about, you mimicking your game after Kelsey Plum, but Dearica Hamby also hooped at Wake Forest. Do you guys, or have you gotten a chance to connect with her? Sort of like what kind of role has she been or played with the program over
Yeah,
Wake Forest?
for sure. Last year when we played Georgia Tech, she came to the game and supported us and talked to us after the game, as well as at Mercer. She came to the game in Georgia when she was home. She came as well. Follow her on Instagram. She follows me back, so that's good. We've talked.
Gotta
We've
get that
talked
follow back.
multiple times. She's like a big sister, honestly. She's always supporting me, and I'm always supporting her. I'm really happy for her and the Las Vegas Aces as they won this year. So she's always supporting us as a whole. She's like a big sister. She loves Wake Forest, and we love her. So it's always
Yeah.
great.
No, I mean
That's
that's
love.
awesome. That's so special, right? To be able to like have that type of relationship with someone that's kind of been in your shoes, and
Yeah.
I think about this all the time because it's another really debate or really topic we talk about often, how difficult the transitions are really from high school to NCAA and then from NCAA to the pros, and people really don't talk about that because it's different on the NCAA. I think in the women's game too
Right.
specifically because the game changes so much from each level to each level. What were some of the biggest things you noticed, coming out of high school into collegiate play that like you didn't maybe expect
Mhm.
or whatnot that like really caught you by surprise and that you've had to like learn to transition in?
I would probably say the pace much faster. Got to be in good shape. The physicality, day in and day out, you're going to get bumped, hit, no matter what. And the refs kind of let you play through it at times. So you have to kind of embrace that physicality. And then I would also say the importance of scouting reports, just taking away people's tendencies and stuff like that. Like people are going to know what you're going to do. So how do you
Mhm.
counter that and then make
Mm,
something good out after that? So I think I've learned that throughout my first 3 years of college, going from high school to college.
And
definitely,
now
definitely.
that you're in your junior year, what would you say has been like the hardest part of transitioning each year? Like once you made that original transition from high school to college, now like playing not a new team, but like, players leave, players may transfer out. There's different, schemes and stuff like that. What would you say has been the hardest part of that transition now that you're pretty much a vet now?
Yeah, yeah. I'd probably say you just kind of have to adjust day in and day out. Like I said, we got a new coaching staff,
Mhm.
and I'm a junior, so this is my first time in college having a new coaching staff. So adjusting to their offense and their system, opposed to freshman and sophomore year, the ball kind of being in my hands at all times. Now it's not as much in my hands, but me just learning new things. So like embracing that, learning to. My assistant coach said you have to be Steph Curry. You're the Steph Curry effect. You're always moving. I never want to see you just standing around because you attract so much attention. Whether you're going to score, you're going to get your teammates open. And then when you get your teammates open, it's going to get you open. So just kind of embracing that and knowing it's new and it might not be as comfortable as I want it to be, but it's for the better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's something that like as you get older too and you start like understanding the importance of all that. I mean, listen, I also got to ask, if you're becoming the Steph Curry effect, how much you have to up the run game? Like what was that workout like afterwards? Because I mean that's a
Tiring.
big transition, right?
Yeah, it's tiring. It's a lot of cuts, a lot of reads, a lot of up and down sprints. It's mental as well. I feel like it's more mental than physical. You gotta set up your cuts, you gotta read your defense, and then you gotta keep moving. And I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you're tired, but your defender's even more tired. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
That
I
pays
can.
off. That pays off.
I was gonna say I can speak for the tired defender. Absolutely.
Jay's like, please don't make me run.
right.
Where's my spot
No.
up shooters? Like, come on, what are we doing here? No, I actually have that. So, was that something that you sort of like always did, like even when you were younger, or was that something that you sort of like fell into because you saw like it working? You saw with Steph Curry and your coaches kind of like
Mhm.
implemented that into your game as well, or was that something that you started out doing and you saw it work and you were like, okay, I can be better at this, and how can I continue to like
No, I
continue to implement this in my game?
Yeah, no, I actually learned it. I gotta say, I learned it mainly this year. I knew my dad would always tell me, move without the ball, move without the ball. We hear that all the time, cut, move. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, I'm just cutting the cut. But now, like within the system, there's certain cuts, there's certain reads. So now I'm knowing what I'm doing with the purpose, opposed to like just cutting, just
Running
to
around
cut,
in circles.
running around.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I know why I'm doing it, so I'll do it.
Hey, once you know the why, that's all you got to get out the way, and then that makes it go, way better. And you mentioned it earlier, but you got a chance to go to WNBA All-Star Weekend this past year in Chicago. What was that experience like? What were some of your favorite moments, and did you get to catch up with any of like your favorite W players?
Yeah, it was so nice to be there with like my NIL agency and just see a lot of W players, meet Candace Parker. It was just crazy. See Sabrina Ionescu. We went to Candace Parker's like little get together for like her celebration. So seeing like a lot of different WNBA players, coaches, and just being in that atmosphere, knowing you can be there. I think that was the biggest thing that our NIL agency wanted for us, and then just bonding within each other. It was also during Nike Nationals. So seeing my AU team play, they ended up winning the whole thing, Sci-Fair. So that was cool to see as well. So it was just everything in the moment, honestly.
Yeah, that's special. That's special. That weekend's always really fun, and to be able to like almost bring the entire women's basketball community together in one place is super special. And getting to meet some of the legends that like you just mentioned that are like icons, future icons of this game, is something that I feel like really, I don't know, it changes and it helps you continue to like remember your why and what you're achieving, you're trying to go for and whatnot. And so I gotta ask you about that Candace Parker party. I mean, like y'all were breaking it down. Like, what was the vibes? What was going on?
We were dancing, getting lit, dancing with my team. It was funny because I had like these camel pants. I had a Jordan shirt. I had my ones on, the court purple, and I had a fanny pack on. And I was like, Candace, can we take a picture of you? And she's like, I like your fit. And I was like, what? Like my jaw dropped. I was like, what? I was like, no way, I just got a compliment. Like I just really got a compliment.
Is this pic on the gram? I was about to say we need a picture. We need the picture from that.
I know. I got you.
We gotta see that, yeah.
Gotta see the fit. So, and I did my homework. I did my Instagram, TikTok stalking, but you put together some fits. So what is the go-to like must-have, clean fit for Jewel Spear?
I would probably say definitely ones. I'm like a big ones person, Jordan ones. I like cargo pants. They go good with ones. And then just the matching, whatever shoes I'm wearing, I have to match with the shirt. And I don't always have to wear a fanny pack, but I can wear a fanny pack, whatever fits, whatever gels. I just got some foam posits when I was in Chicago, so I have foam posits as well. Yeah, I'm a big sneakerhead.
So we heard that you are the biggest Rod Wave fan, but we need you to prove it to the people. So what makes you the biggest Rod Wave fan of all time?
Well, first off, I listen to him pre-game, post-game, any time of the day. And I always get, but he's so sad. He's so sad. I'm like, no, like y'all listen to the mainstream music and think he's sad, but he's really preaching. Like he's lit. Like, I don't know. Before the Minnesota game, we saw what happened. Listen to Rod Wave.
You was listening to Rod. Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't know. It's just, he literally gets me in the mindset of just like, you can do whatever you can. Like, and my brother kind of put me on to Rod Wave's music when he first came out. And so I'm not a bandwagoner. I've been there since day one. That's another thing.
Period.
And yeah, I don't listen to his mainstream music. I listen to all his music, and he's just amazing. So I hope he sees this.
We're gonna have to tag Rod Wave. But
yeah, we got to tag.
We need to know because I can say that I probably only listen to his mainstream music. So put us on a little bit. What's the best album? The best like underground song that we're not listening to,
or maybe that does like the most underrated, like doesn't get the love it deserves.
Yeah.
Either Weight on My Shoulders or Chip on My Shoulder. Or let's see, I'm looking. Counted Steps.
Okay.
Those are some y'all have to listen to.
I'm going back to listen to those because I haven't heard of them. So I'm gonna have to go back.
I gotta put those on my list. And not only that, do your teammates get tired of listening to Rod Wave? Because
yes. Literally, we have a Bluetooth speaker in our locker room. I put Rod Wave on. They're like, turn it off. But
I was gonna say,
there's that one teammate that always supports me. So
I was gonna ask, are you allowed to be on the aux in the locker room because they don't want to listen to Rod Wave?
I'm allowed to be on the aux. I don't just play Rod Wave. I listen to other music, but I am allowed to be on the aux. But when they hear a Rod Wave song, it's automatically cut. Like,
get her off here.
I don't know.
Yo, if you running around like Steph Curry on that court, you better let me listen to what I gotta listen to.
Yeah, you gotta get in your bag. You gotta get in your bag before the games.
We went to Minnesota, and Rod Wave was in Charlotte that night. So I missed his concert.
I was gonna ask, but I knew y'all were in season, so I was like, I ain't going. She might get tight off that one. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ask if she made it to the concert.
Yeah, so I didn't
that one hurts.
It. But after the game, they let me bump Rod Wave because of the shot. So they let me.
Okay. And what's your favorite all time? What's your favorite all time song from Rod Wave?
Ooh. That one's too many. I'd probably say 2019, maybe. Or Abandoned, one of those two.
Okay.
She's about to have me bumping Rod Wave the rest of the night. Yeah, like, I'm like, okay, I need to go get into this.
I will say, when he blew up, like, what, 2 years ago, was it? Like,
yeah.
Right around 2 years ago? I definitely jumped on the bandwagon.
Okay.
Yeah, I mess with his stuff a lot. But he's an artist that I haven't followed as closely, and I really need to, because I do. There are a few that, like, I don't know, are able to, like, not only rap, but, like, it's artistry. I don't know how to, like, explain it, right? Like, to me, J. Cole, another one. Like, to me, Kendrick Lamar, another one. Like, those are dudes to me that are, like, artistry, right? Not only rapping. And I kind of got that same vibe from Rod Wave, so I got to go back and pay my respects. I got Jewel Spears putting us on, so we got to.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, Jewel, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Get With It. We're so excited to see you hoop the rest of the season and get into that ACC tournament play, because listen, we know that we're the conference that it turns up the most, right? We're ready for another Minnesota game winner.
Thank you.